Okay, sis, be honest. When was the last time you cleaned like royalty was coming over? Or any company for that fact? Or maybe just even someone important? Well, here's the real question I got for you. When was the last time you cleaned like you were the royalty or the real important company walking through that door? Hmm. Let's talk about why clean space isn't just cute and aesthetic, but it's very spiritual as well as the money, as well as the alignment. And today I'm going to show you how to clean with intention and why this can make your home a magnet for miracles. Because first, before we get into that, let me just slow down. I'm getting too excited. First, I want you to sit up straight in your seat, straighten that wig up, baby, put them shoulders back, and just smile for me because today I'm going to take you into a new train of thought. Now, imagine this, homegirl. Back in the day, didn't your mama tell you clean just to be cleaning? Just because it's Saturday morning? She was moving that energy around. She was praying in motion. You see, you felt that shift right after the deep clean or right after the transformation. I used to call it changing around the living room. When I was young, I always wanted to change around the living room. And my mom would give me full range and let me change around the living room, which consisted of me cleaning, mopping, dusting, and rearranging the living room furniture. I took so much pride in that as a kid. And even now today, I still do because I know when I'm done, trust me, it's hard, grueling work sometimes, especially in a space that hasn't really been changed around in a long time. You can find it to be a little bit uh grindy, okay? So when you grinding, you get done and you sweating and you see the after effect. Doesn't it really shift the way you feel when you walk into the room? Can't you smell the difference and breathe in this new idea? Yes. And it's the same thing your mama was doing back in the day when she had us up at the crack of dawn cleaning their house. So it's not a coincidence, sister. It's a metaphysical law. And today you and I are going to talk about it. Now, here's my experience, my truth with this. And you know, I told you before that I used to get paid to declutter homes. And I advertised this service and got a lot of hits back. And I thought that at first I was just cleaning up junk, getting an opportunity to receive stuff that people didn't want anymore, or just even seeing a smile on somebody's face who couldn't even get through a certain room without, having to bend, crawl, and be careful. But guess what happened after a lot of these clients got done with their service? I remember one of my friends told me right after we got through decluttering her little office, she got an unexpected bonus out of nowhere. Now, I don't take these as a coincidence. I know that these things come with alignment, and I was sure that her just decluttering and clearing out that space in that little small office room that she had made that difference where she was able to receive something unexpected and wonderful like a bonus from her job. I even had one lady tell me, man, I really been getting a lot of peaceful sleep for the first time in months. And that is another wealth builder. We do have to consider health as wealth. You can't have one without the other. And the thing is, when you can declutter, you removing so many old negative thoughts, so many old bad ideas, and you're allowing in so much more harmony with this space. And she was even able to tell me she had a dream for the first time in a long time. I know people don't realize, but you dream every time you go to sleep, just about. And she had fallen so far away from good sleep. She hadn't even had a chance to remember what it was like to have a good night's dream and wake up and remember being in a dream. That's a wonderful feeling in itself. So when someone can experience something like that just from clearing out space, I would say that cleaning is spiritual work and energetic alignment that comes along with it. Your home is just as important as any altar or any money altar. In fact, your home is your money altar. Would you agree with me? Now, see, this is the fact of life, or the fact of law, in fact, and why this works. Because clutter blocks flow. And when you clean and you pull that back open the door, and you're going to clean behind the door and those little cracks, and you see the dust and hair stacked up, gathered behind that. Like, I just swept behind here like 2 days ago, yesterday, and it's already dusty again. That's because clutter is coming to block flow, stop energy in its track. And see, money is a part of that flow and a part of that energy that's trying to meander through the home. So messy holds memory. Okay. And if you can remember this, your emotional baggage is tied to all your stuff. How many times have you looked in your closet and you saw a purse or an accessory that reminded you of the night that you had to? So mess holds memory, and we want to try to remember that as a metaphysical fact, because everything we own carries a vibration, carries a thought, carries a frequency. Whether it's dusty or broke up or not working, it's trash until you restore it and allow that lower energetic frequency to be removed. And so when you clean, you're not just tidying up for cleanliness, for good looks, for your, like I tell my kid, I'm not just cleaning for the fun of it. You making space for more clarity and more blessings and overflow to come into your home. And so here are some areas that I like to clean with extra love and show extra concern to. Number one is the bedroom. And I suggest that you start to remember that this is the place where I dream. I'm going to keep it sacred and clean as possible. And you're going to make your bed every morning as an act of self-respect. Now, your car is another place that we find, oh, so hard to keep tidy, clean, smelling good, because a car holds a lot of things, important things. And sometimes we look at it as just a temporary location for us because we in and out all the time. But if you look at it, we really spend a lot of time, a majority of our day, in the car. So a clear car can equal a clear mind, especially if you know you got a slight touch of road rage. You want to try to keep your space, especially where you drive it, clear and clean as possible, so that the thoughts and good energy can flow and keep you stress free when you're driving out here with some of these people that's driving like bats on a racetrack. The next place is the fridge, girl. Yes, honey, where we take everything and add it to our body, add it to ourselves. We want to keep this place linked to our money. So we're going to keep it organized, clean, fruitful, beautiful. Get you some compartments if you need to get organized. But there's something every day that I wipe mine down inside and out every day. Especially those days when you might open up into a surprise spill or something is out of place. You know, I have a place for everything now. So I want you to consider this place linked to your money. Keep the refrigerator looking like you want that bank account to look. Throw out what's expired, what you're not using, and restock it with love. When you restock and do it with love, not out of angst and haste. Okay. Now the next place I want to urge you to declutter right away is that purse, honey. And come on, even if I'm talking about any kind of baggage you get, you probably still got luggage that ain't been unpacked from a certain trip that you just took this spring, or that cruise you took. Come on. It's time to put those things back in order and give them purpose again. We're going to dive deeper into this in my next video. I'm going to have it linked so you can check it out and see a great way for you to link that to your money status, keeping it organized, clean, and purposeful. All right. Now, also, I want you to realize that sometimes you might see, I see a lot of memes online of houses that are just unbelievably unkept. And I mean, people sitting in the midst of this eating while his water bottles filled up on the floor, and you got a graveyard of cake boxes over there in the corner. And I mean, I have seen some things that, and I knew this, I know right away that's spiritual warfare. If someone could sit and clutter and it be unbothered and eat and drink as if the day is just another regular day. And I don't want to, I'm not bashing anybody's mental condition or hoarding conditions, because I'm not here to judge you. I'm just here to try to correct the course. And some of us may be living in some mild mannered, untidiness. But some of us who know we have reached the brim and this is not natural. This is an unnatural amount of mess. We need to reach out and get some professional help. And sometime I did see a post where a girl said she wasn't cleaning her home properly because she couldn't afford the products to clean with. But let me just submit to you that you don't even need to buy 20 different products or sprays or cleansers just to clean your home and to detoxify your home. And I'm going to show you some natural cleaning agents that's right in your kitchen that's going to help your home shine without you spending a dime. You're going to start off with some white vinegar. That's going to help clear the air and clear the space. Some of us don't like the after smell, and that, tell you the truth, that's what I clean up with the most. But you can add a little lemon juice to that to give it, a break on that smell. But I don't have a problem with the smell of vinegar. In fact, and now it represents cleanliness to me. And if you mop your floor with it one time, you will see why it's number one over here. Next, I'm sure you have some baking soda. We're going to use that because it absorbs odor, for the refrigerator. And it also lifts grime so you can scrub your sink, anywhere that needs to shine. Lemon juice, of course, I told you this is a grease breaker. And it also got that citrus that's going to lift the energy, lift the mood. It's like a dopamine, okay? So clean it with lemon. Even if you own a microwave, taking that plate out and scrubbing it with some lemon, rinsing it off and drying it off and putting it back. Oh, the smell is just fabulous. Next, you got cinnamon. Now, cinnamon can be boiled on the stove with cloves. I've boiled cinnamon with apples, rosemary, and oh my goodness, it is the greatest aromatherapy. It sends you into immediate relaxation and comfort. It smells cozy. So you want to use a little of those agents in your kitchen cabinet, and they would work better, even better than some of the stuff people are spending hundreds of bucks on every month. Now, I'm not telling you not to buy any cleaning products. No, not at all. There are some things you're going to want to have around the house, but I'm telling you, you don't have to spend all your money just to have a beautiful home that's shining, smelling good, and keeping you in a good mood. Okay. And also, while you clean it, let me leave you with this. Sometimes, I've been on a steady routine with my house cleaning now for years, of course. But when I do clean, I now do it differently than I used to in the past. I used to do it with such an attitude, with such a authority. And who left this here? And I don't know who told y'all to move this. And it was always this grunge cleaning. But I switched that. And since I switched that up, I'm finding it a lot easier to keep stuff in place, quite frankly. And I enjoy that. So now when I clean, I speak when I clean. And I'm speaking to my space. I'm rooting my space. I might do me a deep root on my house. And I speak to my house. Keep protecting us. Thank you for your protection. And I want you to take this on and just try this for a little challenge for yourself. As you clean this week, I want you to take on to this new affirmation. And you're going to speak as you're doing this. And you're going to say, as I clean this counter, I welcome clarity. As I clean this room, I welcome peace and prosperity. Thank you for the prosperity. Every corner I clean is now sacred in harmony. I am worthy of order, cleanliness, and godliness. And you can take these affirmations with you to use every time you clean. Every time you clean. Find you some soft music. I used to clean up to rap, of course. I was a hip hop head. I had to have that beat going. Girl, I had that beat going, get the moving around, and it's over. I get it done like that. Now I choose a little more relaxed, maybe some lo-fi or lo-fi, whatever you want to call it. And I play some of them tracks and let them run, honey. And my mind is gone. So you see, cleaning is more spiritual too, because you're doing it alone, and you're alone with your thoughts. And remember, I told you, anytime you're alone, you're with God. You're with your God. Anytime you're alone with your thoughts, you're alone with your God. And this is a great time for you to start using your affirmations robotically, or even just talking and reminding yourself of your goals so that they can stand out in your mind. You can focus more on those and cement them as you clean. So now, if this video reminds you of anybody that you think might need to hear this, pull them to the side. You don't have to, this ain't for everybody's ears. Some people ain't ready for this. But if you're ready, you can start right now and start small. One drawer at a time, one closet at a time, one shelf at a time. But do it with presence, and do it with pleasure, not pressure. Did I say that right? Do it with pleasure, not pressure. And you'll see the difference in the feeling after you're done. So say this out loud when you're cleaning. I'm preparing my life for more money. I'm preparing my space for more money. Okay, homegirl, now you got yourself aligned with your home. You got your home aligned with your abundance. Let's take it one step further, because your wallet don't need the same energy. Click this next video. I'm going to show you how to Feng Shui your wallet and receive more money and receive more abundance, and learn how to turn your money spaces into magnets for overflow and blessings. So let's keep the energy flowing, sis. I know you got these.